Namaste. Welcome to episode 2 of the series of videos that we have planned to explain to you the detailed stories of this very powerful yet cruel emperor, Aurangzeb. So, in this video, we will briefly discuss his childhood and understand what he was growing up. Aurangzeb, his full name is Muhyiddin Muhammad Aurangzeb, and he was born to Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. He was their sixth child. Date of birth 24th October 1618. So 1618 is the birth year of Aurangzeb. Shivaji Maharaj's birth year is 1630, which means Aurangzeb was roughly 12 years elder to Shivaji. When Aurangzeb was born, do you know who was the Mughal Sultan at that time? Jahangir. Jahangir is the father of Shah Jahan, and Shah Jahan's son is Aurangzeb. Now what had happened is, in the year 1622, that is when Aurangzeb was 4 years old, Shah Jahan fell out of favor with his father Jahangir. Jahangir was the emperor, the sultan, but his son Shah Jahan fell out of favor with him. There was a big misunderstanding because Shah Jahan actually wanted to rebel and take over the throne from his father. Jahangir smelled this rebellion at the right time and then took preventive measures. You know what preventive measure did Jahangir take? He took custody of Aurangzeb and his brother Dara, both of them young boys. Jahangir was their grandfather. I hope you are able to understand. Jahangir took custody of both these young boys and kept both of them with him till the time Shah Jahan, who is the father of Aurangzeb and Dara and the son of Jahangir, till the time Shah Jahan falls in line. Till that time, I will not hand your sons back to you. This was the level of family drama going on in the Mughal Sultanate. Then in the year 1627, Jahangir died. Then Shah Jahan ascended the throne, and it was then that these two boys were released and they came back to their father Shah Jahan. So you see, quite a troubled childhood infested with family drama. By the time Aurangzeb reached 10, that is by the year 1628-1629, his education begins. A teacher was assigned to come and teach Aurangzeb. The name of this teacher, Mir Muhammad Hashim. Aurangzeb was very sharp, smart, witty and intelligent. He was very keen on learning more and more, and he was a quick learner of whatever he took to reading. In that sense, academically brilliant. One letter written by Aurangzeb was found, a letter written by him in his later years. In that letter, he claims that he has completely by-hearted and mastered their holy books, the Quran and the Hadiths. In fact, it is said that whenever Aurangzeb used to have any kind of conversations, he would generally quote verses from these books. He was that well versed in these books. He was very fluent in 3 languages: Arabic, Persian, and his mother tongue, the Hindustani language. Now, what is Hindustani language? Hindustani language is basically a mixture of the Persian and the local Indian languages. It is said that this Hindustani language eventually branches out into 2 separate languages. One is Urdu and one is Hindi. So for all practical purposes, Hindustani language can be understood roughly between Urdu and Hindi. This language was the mother tongue of Aurangzeb, and he was of course fluent with that also. Apart from this, he was a voracious writer. He used to write a lot. In fact, it is said that he was so fluent in Arabic writing that he copied the entire Quran. 2 such books, the copies of Quran which Aurangzeb has written with his own hands, one he gifted to the mosque in Mecca and the other he gifted to the mosque in Medina by richly binding and decorating it. These 2 handwritten copies of Aurangzeb were given to these places. And this love for writing can be seen in the fact that majority of the letters written from Aurangzeb's court to others, he used to make it a point that he will write it himself. Many such letters have been found. By this you realize that he had a very deep intellectual side to him. There is a list of various books that were his favorites, and he used to read them a lot. So he was an avid reader, a voracious writer, quick to learn, and keen on gathering as much knowledge as possible. And unlike his predecessors, he was not fond of listening to useless poetry or verses that would appreciate and glorify him. He was not fond of great paintings. In fact, he had banished music from his court. Aurangzeb's father, Shah Jahan, he had so much love for buildings and architecture. Shah Jahan was the one who built Taj Mahal, the Red Fort, but his son Aurangzeb had no passion or love for such buildings. You will not find any such beautiful architecture which was constructed during Aurangzeb's rule. Yes, there was one thing that he loved to build. He used to love to build mosques, especially at those places where temples were destroyed. As a mark of his victory over that particular place, this was one thing that Aurangzeb has frequently done throughout his career. One another interest that Aurangzeb had in building was rest houses along the highway from the north to the south. Rest houses means basically buildings where people or travelers could come and take rest. These were called as sarais during the Mughal era. Now comes the year 1633, which means Aurangzeb is roughly around 14 to 15 years old. One incident happened at Agra which made Aurangzeb's fame ring across the country. What incident took place? The date 28th May 1633 in Agra on the banks of the river Yamuna. Shah Jahan had organized one elephant fight. He had made two elephants fight each other and all of these people would come and sit and watch this fight. So in one such fight between two elephants, one elephant's name is Sudhakar and the other elephant's name is Surat. Sudhakar and Surat, these two elephants, as they were fighting each other, one incident took place. Their fight went mad. The elephants' rage was on their topmost level. They fought, they ran, they beat each other, they grappled each other, and in that way, what happened is, as they were running, fighting, they crossed the threshold of that arena where they were supposed to fight, and this fight went on till the time the elephants reached very close to the gates of the main fort there. The people were amazed to see this fight. Everyone rushed towards that area where those two elephants were fighting, but they did not go very close to the elephants. Shah Jahan and his sons also rushed to that place where the elephants were fighting. It was amusing for all of them. But due to fear, everyone was standing quite far away from the place where the elephants were engaged in this duel. However, this young 14-year-old Aurangzeb was very eager and curious to see this fight from close quarters. So in that enthusiasm, he did not realize that he inched his way near to those elephants, and he came very close to them. The elephants continued the fight. Aurangzeb was having a front row ticket to see this fight, but in some time, the elephants let go of each other. But of the two, the elephant Sudhakar, he was not done. He was not finished. He was mad with rage and he wanted to fight. Surat calmly went away, but Sudhakar was getting agitated. So he looked around. Whom should I fight? Whom should I kill? Whom should I trample below my legs? And what he sees was this young boy, Aurangzeb, a 14-year-old boy, seated on a horse very near to him. As soon as Sudhakar spots Aurangzeb and the horse, he rushes towards him. But Aurangzeb stood his ground. He did not show his back, he did not turn around, he did not allow his horse to take a U-turn and run away from there. Instead, he took his spear and hurled it at the elephant's head. Chaos erupted everywhere. Panic set amongst the crowds. The emperor, his family, and entire community who were present there went into a frenzy. What is happening? The prince, he is in danger. But the prince there stood calmly and threw this spear at the elephant. The elephant, however, was so strong and powerful that the spear meant nothing for him. All the ministers, the attendants, the servants, they tried to do various things to distract the elephant from rushing towards Aurangzeb. It is said they even burst crackers so that the elephant's attention can be diverted, but the elephant was focused. He rushed towards Aurangzeb and with his powerful trunk, he hit the horse. The horse fell then and there on the ground, along with Aurangzeb, of course, but Aurangzeb immediately stood back, unleashed his sword and stood there to fight this raging beast. The warriors of the Mughal Empire started throwing spears and lances from all across the place to hit the elephant to protect Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb's elder brother, Muhammad Shah Suja, you remember I've told you about him in the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj series. He also came rushing through the crowd to protect his brother. The elephant was getting hit from all sides, but he was undaunted. However, someone did one very intelligent thing. They ran and found out where the other elephant Surat was. They enticed this other elephant Surat to go and fight Sudhakar. So Surat comes running from somewhere trying to attack Sudhakar. As Sudhakar sees Surat coming to fight him, already he is being attacked from all sides. In that frustration, he lets go of Aurangzeb and runs away from that particular place. And as he is running away, it is said that Surat, the other elephant who had come, chased him for quite some time. Aurangzeb, the prince, his life was saved. Everyone present there appreciated the bravery that this young boy had shown. Shah Jahan became so affectionate towards his son that he hugged him and gave him a title, Bahadur. Bahadur means brave. The local inhabitants of Agra started remembering how Shah Jahan, when he was young, of similar age, he had fought a tiger similarly right in front of Jahangir's eyes. So they were now drawing parallels as to how the son has developed these qualities coming from father. This one story must give you an idea of the kind of steely resolve that Aurangzeb had, the extents of bravery that he could display, the quality of having your mind steadfast and stable in times of dangers, the quality of taking your enemy heads on, yourself physically present at the helm rather than begging and asking for help from anyone else. These were qualities of a leader that Aurangzeb had displayed in this one episode. Such a powerful personality combined with ruthless barbarity, profound brutality, merciless oppression, dark and unforgiving cruelty, and cold-blooded tyranny. This combination was to become deadly for India, as you will see in the coming episodes. In the official Mughal records, this episode of the Elephant versus Aurangzeb is recorded in detail, and it is said that later in the day, when Shah Jahan lovingly rebuked or scolded his son for this rashness, because his life could have gone there, one miscalculation and Aurangzeb would have been dead. History would have been different. So when Shah Jahan expressed this concern to his son, Aurangzeb has famously replied something. It is there in the Mughal records. I will read it for you. He replied to his father, "If the fight had ended fatally for me, which means if I would have died, it would not have been a matter of shame. Death drops the curtains even on powerful emperors. It is no dishonor." Look at the swag. This is Aurangzeb for you. In the next year, in 1634 December, Shah Jahan decided to give Aurangzeb an official post in the military of the Mughal Empire. He was given the rank of 10,000 Mansabdari. And what is 10,000 Mansabdari? It means now you are in charge, officially in charge of an army contingent which has 10,000 horses at your command. This official post of 10,000 Mansabdari was taken by Aurangzeb in the December of 1634, and the next year, 1635 September, Shah Jahan decides to let Aurangzeb now enter into battle so that he gets hands-on experience on how wars are fought. And the first battle that Aurangzeb was sent to in the September of 1635 was the battle at Bundela. I told you about this Bundela battle in the episode Jiza Mata at Shivneri. If you see that episode, you will find this. I have given a small snapshot of the cruelty that happened in that battle. But in the next episode in this series of Aurangzeb, we will be discussing that entire event of the Bundela war in great detail. I hope you liked this presentation. If you have really loved it, then I request you to please press the like button. If you're new to our channel, please do subscribe to our channel. On our channel, we discuss in great detail the fascinating stories of Indian history. We already now have two playlists. One is the playlist of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, where his storyline is continuing. And this is the second playlist where I will be talking in detail about the stories of Aurangzeb. Because both of these powerful personalities operated on the soil of India in the 17th century. Very soon, their paths are going to cross each other, and these are going to be fascinating tales. I wish to see you in the next episode. Before we sign off, I'll just tell you one thing. In the course of our research, we came to know various technical details of how the Mughal administration used to work. Now these are not stories, these are technical details. Who is a 10,000 Mansabdar, who is a 5,000 Mansabdar, all these various, who is a Mansabdar? That is the basic, what is Dhat, what is Savar, what is technically called as a Jagir, how the taxes were collected, all those technical details I have with me. So in case you are interested in that, you can type in the comment section Mansabdar. If I get 10 such comments, only then I will go ahead and share all these details with you. Otherwise, we will continue in the storyline. So if you have loved anything in this entire episode, I would be very happy to know from you by your comments on this very video. Your comments give me enthusiasm to continue this work, to share with you the stories of India. I thank you very much. Jai Hind.